Hello, Jen here with another layout designed for SpiegelMom Scraps. Evie came to say hello to everybody. It's been such a long time since she's been on YouTube, so she just had to make an appearance. So I was really struggling to get some motivation to get back into my normal 12 by 12 scrapbook layouts. It's been a while since I've done one, and I was kind of getting a little bit burnt out with the Traveler's Notebook size. I wanted that bigger canvas. So I knew for this guest design spot this week that I really wanted to get back to that 12 by 12. And you can see that what I've done is I've just decided to go back to my roots, go back to my comfort zone, which for me is lots of patterns, lots of layers. I love the 6x6 paper pads, so I pulled out a bunch of them, and I'm just looking for pieces that I think look good layered behind my picture. My picture is from the Great Canadian Scrapbook Carnival from last year. Our scrapbooking group all got matching t-shirts, and I made everyone some superhero masks, so it's just a picture of, I think, most of us that went from our little group. And because my mask that I kept is black with pinks and purples, I sort of had it in my head that that's the direction I wanted to go in. So initially here you can see I chose a background paper that has those bold pink stripes. And then I thought maybe that black and white sort of hash mark paper I could use just as a border. But you'll see that I'm fussing so much with it. I can't figure out where to put that mask. I'm not getting the sort of superhero vibe that I was hoping for. I know we're girls, and I kind of thought maybe I was leaning towards that pink because we're all women, and our t-shirts are more on the pinks and purples and stuff. And of course my mask. But I just wasn't feeling it. So I fussed for a little bit, and then I decided it's not working. And I remember that I actually have a whole stack of superhero paper. So I will go and get it after I fuss for a bit. I did want to keep this in though, because sometimes when you kind of lose that mojo, or you lose your scrapbooking groove, you might find that you do fuss and play around a little bit, and that your layouts don't come so easily. But once you find something that clicks, you can pick up momentum from there. So I was still going with it. I wasn't going to give up. I tried some washi tape. I didn't like that it introduced new colors, and I just fussed until I remembered I had these superhero pages. So I don't want to use any that have the Marvel theme to them, because we weren't going for a specific character or anything like that. But I'm just showing you that I had them all, and that there was such a variety of colors. So I'm going to pick this one, and I think this collection might actually just be called Super Kids. I got it quite a few years ago, so I can't really remember where it came from. But it's just very basic primary colors, and those very basic iconic shapes that we all sort of recognize as comic book. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give my picture a matte with this page here, because it has a bit of a representation of each of those bold colors, so I can get that into my picture cluster or my layers. And I'm going to make the Superman diamond paper my background. So now in my mask I have a little bit of purple, so I pulled out that Spider-Man paper that had some blue and purple in it, just so I could have a touch of it represented as well. I didn't want the purple in my mask to be the only purple on the page. And the reason that I picked this picture is because I had those thickers from American Crafts, and I saw the word squad, and it reminded me that I haven't scrapped this picture yet. And with the carnival coming up again, I thought it was probably a good idea to get this one scrapped before we're on to the next one. So I've just put that squad down at the bottom to remind me that I need that in the title. And I have these really pretty glitter stars, and I love the yellow, but I wanted to get some of those other colors too. So I found my little star punch, and I'm just going to punch out little stars in the red and blue. And I'm starting to build my clusters here. So I have the yellow, I have the red and blue, I have some enamel. They were just clear enamel stars that I stuck on the pink paper that I used in my layers. Again, so I could pull a little bit more of that pink out. I like that the pink is there, and I know it doesn't always go with red, but there is pink in my mask as well. So I left it there. And now to make sure that I could have 3 clusters that all matched, I cut out the middle of one of my yellow stars, because in that package there was only 2 of each color. So now I have my 3 clusters. They all have a star in each color, and I'm going to work on my title. So here I'm just going to write the word scrap in these chipboard thickers that are silver. I couldn't find a nice scripty silver thicker, so I went with these ones, and they're probably a little bit more blocky than I wanted, but I stuck with them. I think it looks okay. It definitely draws your eye down to the bottom. There's a bit of a glare on them though from my light. I'm sorry about that. But they are silver. So now that I have my title down and I'm comfortable with where I want to put everything, I can go ahead and start gluing things down. And see how quickly, once I found that background paper that clicked, everything just kind of falls into place, and it just felt right. So it's not the most detailed layout, and it doesn't have, tons and tons of stuff going on, but it's where I'm comfortable, and you could see that very quickly I just was able to work with it. And I think that by doing this, it really sort of sparked the inspiration, and now I have just tons and tons of ideas popping into my head for layouts going forward. So as my last final touch, I'm going to go with my go-to favorite embellishments, which are sequins, and these ones are from SpiegelMom Scraps. They're absolutely beautiful. So I found some yellow ones that I really liked, and then I found some purple ones, again just to bring a little bit more of that purple in. Here I'm showing you that this particular set I probably could have used just all of them, but I picked out the really pretty little silver stars, and I'm going to add some of those. Oh, poor Evie, we've been gone for 6 weeks, and she just missed us so much and missed sitting on my paper, so she had to come say hello. So I'm just sprinkling around a little bit of sequins, and I'm adding some to my mask, because once I got all the sequins put down on the paper, the mask just felt a little bit flat. So I added a few there. And now I need a little journaling spot. I didn't need much space, but I wanted just something little. And I went with that pink paper again. I just felt like it balanced it out. I didn't want anything that was going to be too bold, so the pink worked nicely. And then lastly, because I have that word scrap in silver, I needed silver somewhere else on my page. So I found this washi tape that has silver stars on it, so perfect. It has a sort of metallic feel to it. So I'm going to add that in 2 other spots, and now I have my silver represented 3 times 2. And that's really a staple for me. These triangles of shapes, so the stars being represented in 3 places, and colors being represented in 3 places. I don't know why that's my comfort zone, but it is. And I'm just finishing up with some mists. So you saw me use the Shimmerz Vibes in Razzle Dazzle Berry, which is that nice red one. And this is the Shimmerz Spritz in Chickadee, which has some shimmer to it. And both of those I got from SpiegelMom Scraps as well, so you can check those out in her store. And this is Tinsel Heidi Swapp Color Shine, so it finishes with a really nice, pretty silver. If you have any questions about any of the products that I use, the Sequins or the Spritz or anything like that from SpiegelMom Scraps, head on over to SpiegelMomScraps.com or leave me the questions down below and I'll get back to you. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Talk to you later, everyone. Happy scrapping. Bye.